Hey, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to tackle something that seems to be affecting more and more young women lately, a real surge in hormonal issues. Things like PMS and PCOS. So we're going to dig into the why behind it all and explore what our modern lives really have to do with what's happening to our hormones.
So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're feeling tired, maybe a little irritable, just totally out of sync with your body right before your period. Yeah, for so many women, this has become a really challenging but regular part of the month. It's super common, but the fact that it seems to be getting worse and more frequent for a lot of people, well, that's exactly why we're talking about it today.
All right, so first, let's just make sure we're on the same page. What exactly is PMS? Well, it stands for premenstrual syndrome, and it's basically a whole group of physical and emotional symptoms that can show up before a period. And we're not just talking about minor annoyances here. This can be some serious stuff. We're talking headaches, bloating, and big-time mood swings. It's kind of a catch-all term for what can be a really tough time of the month.
Okay, now what about PCOS? That's polycystic ovary syndrome. This one is a more specific hormonal disorder. The name itself, polycystic, literally just means many cysts, and that's kind of what it is. It's a condition where the ovaries might get bigger and have these little fluid-filled sacs on them. The big deal is that this whole situation really messes with the normal menstrual cycle, and it can cause a whole bunch of other things like irregular periods, making it tough to manage weight and even acne.
And here's the real kicker. Both of these conditions are on the rise. We're seeing more and more of them. Now, you might think, oh, it's just my genetics. And sure, that's part of the puzzle. But what the research we're looking at is telling us is that there's something much, much bigger going on. The main culprits seem to be rooted in our modern lifestyle.
So here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll look at why this is a growing concern. Then we'll dive into the food factor, and after that, the lifestyle connection. And finally, we'll wrap up with how to start restoring that balance. Sound good? Let's get into it. All right, section 1, a growing concern. So let's get to the why behind the symptoms. We know what they feel like, but what's actually happening inside our bodies to cause all this? What's the real biological reason connecting our modern lives to these hormone problems?
So from what we're seeing in the source material, it really comes down to two main culprits inside the body: chronic inflammation and excess insulin. Now, when you hear inflammation, don't just think of a sprained ankle. This is more like a low-grade fire, constantly smoldering throughout your body. And excess insulin? That's when your body's just working overtime, pumping out way too much of the hormone that's supposed to manage your blood sugar. These two things together, they create a really chaotic environment for your hormones to try and function in. Okay, on to our next section, the food factor. Let's unpack this first major why. We're about to see how what we're eating, and maybe even more importantly, when we're eating, is a huge driver of this hormonal chaos.
I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it, right? How can something as simple as eating, nourishing our bodies, actually cause so much trouble for our hormones? Well, the thing is, our modern diet is a world away from what our bodies were built for. Let's break down exactly how this chain reaction happens.
Okay, so check this out. It's like a domino effect. First, you've got constant snacking and a lot of sugar in your diet. That leads to step 2. Your blood sugar is always spiking. So what does your body do? It panics and releases a flood of insulin to deal with it, which is step 3, insulin overload. And here is the absolute key. That constant overload of insulin sends a message to the ovaries telling them to produce more male hormones. And that's what throws the whole system out of whack and can lead straight to issues like PCOS. But hey, it's not just about sugar. Processed foods, they're like a triple threat. First, they can have these things called endocrine disruptors, or EDCs. These are chemicals that basically mimic your hormones and just confuse the heck out of your body. Second, all the sugar and fat in them makes that insulin problem even worse by causing something called insulin resistance. And third, they're often totally stripped of the good stuff, the key nutrients like B vitamins, magnesium, and zinc that your body desperately needs to build healthy hormones in the first place.
You see how all these little daily habits start to add up? Constantly snacking keeps your insulin on a wild roller coaster all day long. Relying on processed foods means you're getting a dose of those chemical disruptors. Not drinking enough water, even something that simple, can mess with how your hormones get around your body. And yeah, those extreme nutrient-poor diets, they can literally starve your body of the materials it needs to keep things in balance.
Okay, let's move on, because as important as food is, it's really only one piece of this puzzle. Now we're going to dig into the lifestyle connection, the deeper why, because it's our daily habits that create the whole environment where our hormones will either thrive or really struggle. And this is so important to get. It is not just about the food you eat. You could have the most perfect diet on the planet, but if other parts of your life are piling on the stress, you're still gonna have a hard time. To your body, stress is stress. It doesn't really care if it's coming from a donut or a deadline.
Let's talk about something we are all guilty of sacrificing at some point: sleep. Your sleep matters, big time. See, your body runs on this incredibly precise internal clock that tells it when to release certain hormones. When you don't get enough good sleep, or your schedule's all over the place, it just throws that whole rhythm off. The big problem here is that a lack of sleep cranks up your production of cortisol. You've probably heard of it. It's the stress hormone. And when cortisol is high all the time, it can directly interfere with your hormones and your whole cycle.
And hey, that's the perfect lead-in to talking about stress itself. Your stress absolutely matters. Look, everyone gets stressed out. That's normal. But the problem today is that for many of us, it's chronic. It's this low-grade, nonstop pressure from work, from life, from just being constantly connected. This keeps your nervous system stuck in high alert mode. And just like with poor sleep, that means your body is pumping out too much cortisol, which again throws that delicate hormonal balance right out the window. So you can see how this lifestyle stuff just fuels the fire, right? Not getting enough exercise can lead to more fat storage and make that insulin resistance problem even worse. We just talked about how poor sleep messes up your hormone rhythms, and chronic stress just keeps your whole system on edge. So when you pile all that on top of a diet that's already causing inflammation and insulin overload, well, you've basically created the perfect storm for hormonal chaos.
Okay, so after hearing all that, I know it can sound pretty overwhelming. It feels like everything is working against you. But the really great thing about the material we're looking at is that it doesn't just point out the problems, it shows us a way forward. So now, let's get to the good part: how to restore balance, the solution.
And this right here is the best news of all. You have control. I mean, yeah, we can't always control what the world throws at us, but we have a ton of control over our daily habits, our routines. The small choices you make every single day can directly support your hormonal health and start guiding your body back to where it wants to be, in balance.
So what's a really powerful tool we can use? The source material points to something called intermittent fasting. Now, it is so important to be clear about what this is and what it isn't. This is not about starving yourself or some crazy diet. It's way simpler. It's just about creating intentional windows for when you eat, which gives your body a longer window to, well, rest. It's about giving your digestive system a break from being on the clock 24/7.
And think about it, this directly tackles the very problems we've been talking about. But giving your digestive system that break, you help lower that chronic inflammation. When you're not eating all the time, your body doesn't need to pump out so much insulin, which is exactly what we want. And by creating this predictable rhythm of eating and resting, you're helping to reset your body's internal clock, which in turn helps reset your entire hormonal rhythm. It's a total game changer.
And this quote really sums it all up beautifully. Healthy hormones are directly linked to your quality of life. This stuff isn't just some abstract thing happening inside you. It's about your energy levels, your mood, your whole experience of life. And by taking a good hard look at your daily habits, you're not just fixing a problem for today, you're making an investment in yourself. You really are protecting your future self.
So I want to leave you with this one question. It's not about making 100 changes overnight. The journey back to feeling good starts with just one small step. So what's one small change you can make today to start reclaiming your hormonal health? Think about it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.